Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the general collective weekend vibe reading. This isn't for any specific zodiac sign, so as always, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that time as well as the energy is fluid and the energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. As I'm recording this, we have Sun in Cancer. Moon is currently in Aries. And it is July 17th as I am recording this. So let's jump on in and see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection that we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this weekend. I'm starting out with the messages from the mermaids. I don't know, this deck, it just feels right to use. We are in Cancer season. So, let's see what's going on. I'm going to do one more. Mercury is going to go retrograde. I believe it's tomorrow, the 18th. So, that energy may start to play out this weekend. Of course, right? Bottom of the deck, we have memories, which is like, it's giving me the Six of Cups energy. Memories are, things of the past. It's giving me like a very nostalgic energy. As you can see, she even has pictures in her hands, and that's the first time I've ever seen that on this card. I've never seen the pictures she was holding. So pictures could be significant. Someone could be, looking at pictures, whether that's you or, someone you're energetically connected to, or just, thinking about old times. Then we have Hope, which is like the star card in this deck, which speaks to, as the card says, hope. It's a feelings of, having faith. The star is, it's Aquarius energy, so it's almost like, it's giving me like a very healing vibe. So someone could be looking at pictures. If you're a feminine, like someone could be looking at pictures of you, like looking at you, or pictures of you can be very healing for someone as well. Up under that, we have Innocence, which is almost like a Page of Cups energy. And then we have Gentleness, which is, to me in this deck, there's only two physical masculine cards in this deck. One is Gentleness and the other one is Move Forward. And this Gentleness always makes me feel like the Knight of Cups. So coupled with this Hope and Innocence, I feel like if you are a feminine energy, you're being viewed by a masculine energy. They could be reminiscing over you, or just thinking about past times that you've had or spent together. They could, like I said, someone could be looking at pictures. You could be the masculine or you could be the feminine. Only you know your story, so just take it how it resonates. But I feel like there's someone wanting to like come in and, like, the word I'm hearing is caress. So touch could be important. But if you're a feminine energy, just by the way the hands are, it feels like you, like the energy I'm getting is that you caress and nurture yourself, whether that's physically or even in a spiritual way. And it almost feels like how you take care of yourself has someone wanting to come forward and almost take care of you. That's what I'm feeling. And they're being driven by emotions. with feelings here, which would be the Knight of Cups. What's up under feelings? Yeah, we have solitude, which is like the Hermit to me in this deck. So if there's a masculine energy, they, you guys could be like physically separated from each other. They could be in solitude or in a place of or space of, isolation right now. And, they've, in a way, it's almost like, the Hermit is Virgo energy. So it's like someone has, like, in a way, taken like a deep dive to like analyze or assess their feelings, and with this gentleness is wanting to approach and express them, like bring them forward, bring them to the surface. And I'm being drawn to this torch or light. So like they, again, the Hermit normally carries the star in the lantern. So this masculine energy could be, like they could hold, like, as they say, quote unquote, hold a torch for you. With you being this star energy, it, like, I feel like there's like there's a drawing together. Like this masculine is being drawn to the feminine energy. And if this has nothing to do with another person for you, and it's your own masculine and feminine energy, what I'm getting is like, some of you are needing to, like, in a way, be gentle with yourself. Because it's almost giving me the energy of like soaking, like in the past, like in the way that things used to be. But it's almost like, because I'm hearing reclamation of your innocence. So you could, need to be a little bit more gentle with yourself in a way to, nurture yourself, care for yourself, parent yourself, to reclaim that innocent side of you. In a way to like join your masculine and feminine energies together. So let's see what comes out. What's going on, Spirit? What's the overall energy for this weekend as it pertains to the collective? What's going on? Yeah, we have contentment, which to me is like the Four of Cups energy. Yeah, like almost, how can I explain this? Because I honestly feel like, yeah, it's the feminine energy who is just in a place of like holding herself, not so much so in the Four of Cups kind of way where you're like closed off, or you could possibly be rejecting something, or so focused on the past that you're not looking at any other options that may be presented to you. I'm almost feeling it, especially with miracles at the bottom. Like, yeah, like you're just happy with the way life is. Like you're just, the only thing I feel is like you're just containing yourself. Yeah, you're like, and then up under that we have acceptance. So with miracles and acceptance, it's almost like more confirmation that you're cool with the way things are right now. Trust is like reassurance that you trust yourself and where you're headed. And especially with the future, this is definitely that star energy coming through with the future. So this is the feminine energy. Um, you know, aligning, especially with healing. Like it almost makes me want to say like you're headed in the right direction. You're moving the right way. You're doing what you need to do for yourself. And it almost feels like this healing, like you could even be joining with others that are on the same path. Can I get another one for the overall energy? Yeah, look. Support. Which is just like the same as that healing card, where the healing card can almost come through in a way that's a little bit more spiritual or not physical. I almost feel like you have physical support around you, even if it's not physical people. Like it could be like your spirit guides or your spirit team, but you're being supported while you're in this. I almost feel like you may even be in a bubble. Bottom of the deck, we have a deep dive. Yeah. And then we're back at miracles. So yeah, for some of you with this deep dive, I'm getting like this support may be like hidden from you. It's almost like for some of you, you have people like rooting for you, both physical and non-physical, and you don't even know it. And that's a gift. That's what I'm feeling with the miracles card. Can I get one more, please? Yes, I love it. Truth. Yep, and the future at the bottom again. So yeah, this makes me feel like, yeah, you are, what I'm hearing is like in a place of radical acceptance, you know, like within yourself. It almost makes me feel like saying, like, for some of you, it may not make sense to others, but with the truth here, like, it can't be denied. And it almost makes me feel like whatever or whoever this support is for you, whether they're seen or unseen, you're honoring your truth. And it's almost like I said, like there's like an attraction energy that I'm getting. So yeah, like for some of you, again, with the future and healing, it's making me feel like some of you could be aligning with some type of support network or group. And it's the right thing. It's because truth is almost coming through as justice. Where I always see justice in a way that is like mental and almost physical balance in a way, where I see temperance as emotional and spiritual balance. This support is coming from, it's like being surrounded or surrounding yourself with people that get it. It almost feels like that's what either you're headed towards or what's to come for you. I like that. What are we gonna use? Which tarot deck? Man, because I'm almost feeling like an energy of like fun. Six of Cups at the bottom of this deck. Like I'm hearing laughter, laughing. almost makes me feel too like for some of you that masculine energy, um, I am feeling that move forward card so strong. Let me get another one because like before I say this, it makes me feel like a masculine energy is seeing you like in a way where they could even be like wondering like how you're able to be in this energy. But it's almost like if this support is not physical people and it's like your spirit team or your spirit guides, they can almost like it can't be denied that there's something that's backing you, something that's, you know, assisting you. Can I get one more, please, Spirit? That was the abundance card. If it's meant to come back out, it will. Too many, Spirit. Can I just get one, please? Yeah. This is because I'm hearing I'm hearing the words with that memories card coming out like they had you like pegged as something else or something different. They had you pegged wrongly. I don't know like the term specifically. Like it's almost like they had you pegged as something that you're not. Yes, so because peg means to believe or consider that one is definitely a certain type of person or thing. And now, yeah, I feel like someone's mindset or mentality or even perception or perspective that they've had of you, you know, it's like they're almost, and it could be this Mercury retrograde that's showing them like, you know what, I was wrong. And it's almost like their intuition is also telling them that with the inner knowing, and it's almost in a way like breaking them out of like whatever gave them that idea in the first place. Let's see. What's going on, Spirit? What's going on? Get one more. And I just heard turn their world upside down. So you could have, done this to someone, or they, you could have done this for someone, or someone could be doing it for you. Like, it's almost giving me the energy of like making someone's head spin. Look. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Cups. I never get the energy of hesitancy off of the Knight of Cups, like as strongly as I do, like off of the Knight of Pentacles. But it's almost like someone who, especially a masculine energy, who has been hesitant to come forward in an emotional way, is almost like with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Swords. And then the Two of Cups with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like someone is like deciding to come forward, this masculine energy. And almost like in a way, it's almost like they made sense out of what ultimately sabotaged and ended a connection. It's almost like they're breaking through the illusion of, realizing like possibly they didn't have as many options as they had. They could have just been emotionally like confused, unsure of what they wanted. But in a way, with the Five of Swords, like they just like, it's almost giving me like an energy of they didn't care, as long as they were getting what they wanted out of a situation, or seemingly so, or in a way that they could rationalize because it's swords, or make like logical sense out of it. But in being in that energy, they caused the end of a connection with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Because they were already at the Five. The Five to the Ten is another Five. The Two to the Seven of Cups is the Five of Cups. Which the Five of Cups is, an energy of, guilt, shame, regret, crying over spilled milk. But I feel like as the Knight of Cups, like they got a grip on it now. Yeah, because then with the Chariot and the World, they're deciding to move forward in a very initiative way to close out a cycle, to free themselves, yep, of like whatever these 10 wands are that they were holding on to. Because for some of them it was skewering their view. From actually seeing how to grow and expand and, move forward with the Wheel of Fortune. Like almost in a way of trying to like maintain this Five of Swords and Seven of Cups was actually like they were working harder and not smarter. So can I get one for contentment, please, Spirit? Yeah, see? We have the Four of Wands coming out. Yeah, you're just in a holding position. As the feminine energy, you are, like, again, the only thing I can think of is just like, you're being in your own space and, you're maintaining that. You're, defending it. almost in a fearful way with it being wands here, that fire energy. Because it's almost like with the Hermit and the Sun, Spirit is telling you, or rather even showing you, like what, like almost like this is what you need to do to maintain or keep yourself like almost light with the Sun here. Like in a way of like, you know, protection, the foundation that you've made for yourself. Can I get one for support? Why is support here for the collective? Too many. That was Temperance that wanted to flip over. So yeah, for some of you, this support is, you know, spiritual for you. We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Because even for like some of you, you don't know, like it's almost like you're trying to figure out where this is coming from. But with Justice at the bottom, it's almost like if this is how you're being viewed, it's like other people are trying to make sense out of it. But with Justice here, which is the same as this Truth card, it's almost like it's very clear, like, or it will become very clear to either you or, you know, whoever is looking at you in this energy, or both. Yeah, very much so. Because I almost feel like Justice is showing up here as, you know, spirit, or the energy of spirit as well. Like, anybody that's on the outside trying to come in, it's like, or even try to like cause or make you question any type of confusion or what you don't understand, they have to go through spirit first. Because the Eight of Wands is definitely, you know, the energy of Mercury retrograde. Normally when it's in the reverse, but none of my cards are reversed. But we'll, you know, we'll get another layer for that. Can I get one for Truth, please? Like, again, the Tower. It's very clear. This is almost like a rude awakening for, you know, whoever is looking at you in this energy. It's breaking down like that, whatever they, I don't know, whatever perspective, idea, conception that they had about you. This is almost like a divine tower. They're being hit with, like, it almost makes me feel like a truth bomb. Can I get one for memories? Can I get one for memories? Yeah. So we have the Six of Swords coming out for memories. Yeah. And remember, before we had that Five of Swords. So the 5 comes before the 6. So with the memories at, you know, coming out with the Six of Swords, it's almost like, yeah, they are, this is something that they have to get over. I don't feel like it's anything for you to be over. It's like you're so like, the only word I can think of is solid, and who you are and what you are and where you are and all of that, to where like, it's almost like you're not worried about what others, think about you. You're content with yourself. And for whoever's had you pegged wrong, they, like, again, they have to get over it. Like, you're okay with people being wrong about you. In fact, like, you actually let them be wrong about you, because the truth has a certain way of rising, of coming to the surface. Sometimes it's in subtle ways, but other times it's this tower energy. It can come, out of nowhere, and you don't even have to do anything. In fact, you're not doing anything. So this person with judgment being here, yeah, I just heard rock to their core. They're seeing with judgment and the Four of Pentacles, in this process of having to get over it, it's shaking them up to, and showing them like their foundation, especially with the Page of Swords. They're like looking back at how they could have been rooted in a certain way of being, or certain values, or certain mindsets, or certain beliefs. It's Pentacles, so that deals with the physical material, or at least the physical realm, but it also can represent things that you're rooted in, things that you situate yourself upon. And then with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, yeah, for some of you, this is definitely, like a connection that you have with someone, whether, it was friendship, relationship, family even. That was, in a way, with the Six of Cups, it was almost like, and these are 2 sixes here, like almost like an energy of like what I'm getting, like of kindred spirits. But whoever is like having to look at again what they were stuck in with the Page of Wands and the Devil, whether it was whatever, a mindset, a mentality, being attached to other people. It's like why they were so, almost in a way, like I don't even know how to say this, like stuck in behaviors or something that like was seemingly secure, but it was limiting them. Because that's what the Devil is. It's restrictions, it's limitations, it's things that are unhealthy. That keep you in bondage. Can I get one for the Four of Wands? The Four of Wands. Too many. Excuse me. Yeah. We have the Queen of Wands. So definitely if you're feminine, this is Aries energy. It's almost like, yeah, you're just sitting back attracting. For some of you, you could be watching or like be on the outside looking in of like people or just the energy like being very chaotic like outside of you, but you're solid. Like your five of wands is grounded, because the four plus the ace of wands that the queen of wands holds is still that same five of wands. But you see how she's like looking out at like conflict and chaos. It's like you're on the outside of it. Can I get one for the Seven of Cups with support, please? And we have the King of Pentacles. So here's this masculine energy. And now it even, it makes even more sense. It's almost like this masculine energy could be trying to figure out like how you're like so calm, cool, and collected, where they're trying to like, again, it's just giving me that energy of figure out what's backing you, because they can't either make sense of it, they don't understand it with the Seven of Cups, where they're as a King of Pentacles, they're used to looking at it from a physical lens, from like this is a masculine energy that has to see something to believe it. You don't. So it's almost like this truth bomb is what I keep hearing is coming through, especially Violet Tower, in a very physical way for this masculine. And it's dissolving this Seven of Cups. Because it's almost like, in a way too, with the Ten of Cups here, it's almost like what they want, like the dream that they want, they don't know how to like formulate it physically. Whether it's, some type of, dream, wish, or, for some of you, it could even be family. Whether they want to create it, or they're trying to figure out like how even you and your family are like this like network of support. But it comes from a place of, being secure within yourself. It, as the Queen of Pentacles. And it's almost like, I don't know if it's just this deck, but you see how like his eyes are closed, but her eyes are open. As a feminine energy, you look at things, for what they are from a very practical lens. This King of Pentacles, this masculine energy, may be someone who is very like imaginative. They spend a lot of time in their imagination and trying to like manifest that support or create, even though your imagination is, how you create things, or at least, come up with the ideas. It's almost like they do it in like such a, how can I say it? They do because and it's not because they're masculine, but it's like they try to do it in a very masculine way, where a masculine doesn't receive, masculine energy gives and takes action. So it's almost like they're if that's what they're trying to do, they're wondering why it's not working, and it's because like you're not, masculine energy doesn't receive. Can I get one for the Seven of Cups and the King of Pentacles together? I'm telling you, like, I can't make this shit up. We have the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Hence what I just said. And that's all it is. It's almost like this masculine needs to work, or has to work on building up their feminine energy with the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. And for some of you, they just see you as like, what I'm hearing is like a one-man band. And for some of you, if you're a feminine energy, like it is what it is. Like you have this support because you support yourself. You're not looking for it. Where this masculine, they could be trying to create it in a way that's like almost unrealistic, that they're having a hard time comprehending like why it's not working for them. But it actually, you need to physically do something. If you like, as the masculine energy, you have to put in that work. You have to put in that time, that energy, that effort. You have to do, because that's what masculine energy does. You can't just sit back and think everything is just going to fall in your lap. That's wild thinking. And it's almost like this person can see you, putting in, like I said, you put that work in on yourself, so that's what you get back. Can I get one for Truth and Tower? Yeah, the Page of Cups. Just be real. Like, it takes a level of vulnerability to do this, but the vulnerability starts with yourself. And like I said, for some of you, this masculine can be realizing their truth bomb is like what the truth bomb could be is that they're emotionally immature. Like they don't want to give, they don't want to, they want to do the minimal amount of emotional work as possible. And that's where, especially with the Nine of Swords, like it's almost like, oh my God. For some of you, they could have had you pegged as, someone that's naive, or, just too, I don't want to say too, but just someone who is vulnerable. And a lot of people, especially masculine energies, but more so physical men, they look at vulnerability as a weakness. And it's the complete opposite. Vulnerability is strength. And it's like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, I would be like, oh my God too. Because with the, the King of Wands energy, that's an energy that takes action. That's an energy that leads. And although like the earth element is, I want to say, it's like, it can be very feminine. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it is. The earth element is feminine. It's almost like with the Nine of Swords and the King of Wands, like, oh my God, like I wasn't like this person realizing like, damn, I was yo, my guys are hilarious. But they're real though. Because they just like, or like they said like I was being a bitch, but that's kind of harsh, Spirit. But it is what it is. Like they were realizing like, oh shit, I was supposed to be the action taker, the one that, stepped up, that took the action, that initiated in a way. Although the King of Wands is, fixed fire, they were, they're realizing like they were in a fixated way of not doing anything. because the King of Wands is sitting down. Even though he knows what he wants, he's not taking the action. And that's where, you know, that's what caused this. The Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords is this Ace of Swords. Whether it was like a lack of care or value for themselves, within their own feminine energy. It could have been insecurities, because the Nine of Pentacles could represent that as well. Can I get one? Ooh. Can I get one for memories and the Six of Swords, please? Yeah, see? The Nine of Swords. So from the 6 to the 9 is the Three of Swords, which is, you know, some type of a separation. You know, it could also be like the energy of, you know, harboring, you know, past pain and past hurts, their memories, or, you know, connected to, you know, memories that they've had. And it's almost like for some of you, if this was in regards to fear of, you know, like a separation due to like whatever past that this person has went through, it's almost like their fear of it was like, with the moon here, was so immense that they actually ended up causing what they didn't want. They ended up manifesting that. So it's almost like now they're trying to maintain in this reality with the Two of Pentacles. But there's almost like what I'm getting with Justice is like there needs to be some acknowledgement. Almost like with the Knight of Wands, like letting them know like, hey, you need to acknowledge like the way you were moving was very, you know, immaturely as the Knight of Wands. Because you sat as a King of Wands wanting to create like almost, or imagine yourself as a King of Pentacles, but you was moving like a Knight of Wands. So you weren't even allowing yourself to stabilize anywhere. This is like someone who's constantly like on the go. You weren't allowing yourself to be situated to actually commit to anything. Can I get one for this Six of Swords, Nine of Swords? This is crazy. Yeah. So it's almost like with the Eight of Cups, like for some of them, they don't want this anymore. They're tired of being in this mental space of needing to get over stuff, and almost like realizing, like, you know, having those late night realizations. For some of them it's nightmares on like, I need to leave this shit behind. There's some shit that I'm holding on to that I need to get over if I want to get to this sun energy. Can I get one for memories? And for others of you, there, you walked away and headed to the sun for yourself. Too many. Can I get one for memories? This is like almost like the energy of someone, you know, realizing after the fact of how good they had it, either with someone or, you know, in the past. Can I get less cards? Can I get one for memories, please? Yeah, we have the Lovers. So yeah, a decision that they made about a connection, something that was truly aligned for them. Can I get one more? Can I get one more for memories with the Lovers? Yeah. And now it's like, oh my God, now they want to come in with the Knight of Swords and, exercise some type of truth. Or for some of them, they're looking at how they were, in a way like it was a rush to judgment, and ended up severing this connection with an Empress. But it's almost like now, where they felt like they could have possibly been getting over, their intuition like won't let them escape it. With the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess, they have to acknowledge this Three of Swords as a king of swords. They have to acknowledge it. I think I had a reading like this a couple of months back where, like it's that same energy of, cutting off your nose to spite your face. And I feel that here. It's almost like they misjudged the intuition of the feminine energy because of how they looked. So they felt like they felt that they can get over physically on this Empress, but spiritually, because your intuition was their intuition as a masculine was telling them, and they were like, nah, I could get away, I could keep, nah, because it's almost giving the energy of like I feel like the energy of like, and I hate to say it like this, like the way that this person was moving was in a way like as if they didn't need you, but now their intuition is like saying, like sending them back because they realize their mistakes, their mishaps. The Seven of Swords could be, past quote unquote crimes or, things done. I'm not going to call them mistakes because you're very aware of what you're doing. You just think you're going to get away with it when you're in the Seven of Swords energy. You honestly don't care because he's holding the Five of Swords. You don't care as long as it seems like you're getting away from it. But you have to face this Empress. For some of them, they have to face you physically. Can I get one more for the Knight of Swords? And this person could be coming in and saying, like, I didn't, like, because it's almost like I'm hearing in a dialogue, like, I couldn't see it then. I didn't see it then. I bet you it's a lot clearer now, though, with this Tower and the Page of Cups. It's very clear. This is like a brutal truth coming to light for someone. And they can't hide. They may even say, like, I was afraid of this connection. But look at, like, because I don't know, it was almost like fear of doing the actual work. And the fear of doing the actual work actually created more work. Can I get one for the Tower and this Page of Cups? Oh. That was the Page of Pentacles reversed, which is just like the energy of the year. Like they were looking at something with a totally wrong perspective. The Tower and the Page of Cups, please. Five of Cups. Then we have the Nine of Cups. So there's that Four of Cups. They regret doing something for their own, selfish pleasures or enjoyments or fulfillment. But spirit is like in the background with temperance here, working it out. Like almost trying to bring something back together, because we have the temperance, which is the Two of Cups. And like it's almost like I feel like someone's getting the opportunity at a new Two of Cups. Because in the 5, the 3 is spilled over. The 2 is behind them, but this person is like, they're focused on like what they lost. Because even the 5 to the 8 is the 3. But all of those cups don't serve this person. Can I get another one for this Tower and the Page of Cups? The Tower and the Page of Cups. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah. And showing this person like you invested, or you know, where you should have been invested in the Two of Cups and not trying to breadcrumb or shortchange the Two of Cups because it's behind you. It's almost like I can't, like they didn't realize they were trying to keep reviving this Three of Cups, which was this devil energy that was keeping them stuck, keeping them limited. And now they need to heal from it. With the Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords, when they had the truth all along. Like this is what makes me, like perturbed with these readings. It's almost like they couldn't get over something. Give me one for the Five of Cups, and then we'll grab the guidance and advice. Yeah, their own mind. The Eight of Swords. They couldn't get over the way that they were thinking about stuff, so it caused them to reject something. Reject this Ace of Cups. Because they were so hell-bent on these Three of Cups. But the three, like, that shit is gone. Like, what I'm seeing right now is a meme that I had seen a couple of years ago that says, ego will have you crying over a door, a closed door that had nothing behind it. That's this. Let me set one more. Give me one for the Eight of Swords, please. Yep. Yeah, like expecting like something to like keep like they kept trying to revive something with this Three of Cups. So, and I even believe I said it in the last reading, their expectation just kept leading them to this Eight of Swords, because it's the definition of insanity. Like, what? What is the Three of Cups, Spirit? What is this Three of Cups? I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Look, I told y'all. I can't, I can't. Yeah, that Tower energy. This is a truth bomb, and it's really like it's let's grab the guidance and advice. What's the guidance and advice? Because for some of them, they could have tried to like even reconcile with someone that like they knew, they just didn't want to believe. Like they were, again, expecting a different outcome. But that person is not healthy for you. So now you have to go through the process of healing yourself all over again. Like, this is almost like an energy of having to start from scratch when you didn't have to. Because it's hitting rock bottom with the Ten of Swords. But it's necessary. You know, sometimes it's necessary. Can I get the guidance and advice, Spirit? Because that's what it takes sometimes. No, it's not fun. Nobody likes it. But sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to truly get it, to truly understand. So we have positivity coming out. So it says positivity. A positive attitude, or stay positive. A positive attitude can carry you through any situation. A positive mindset can literally change the future, allowing miracles to occur. This super positive mermaid is holding her arms outstretched as she calls to you to allow more positivity in your life. Practicing meditation and affirmations can be very helpful in changing your mindset into a positive one. Positivity and negativity are two sides of the same coin. It's good to remember that if you're feeling in a negative state of mind, which sometimes happens in the human realm, all it takes is a different thought to flip the coin back to positivity. Someone in your circle could be needing your input of positivity right now, shedding light on a tricky situation, literally through your positive disposition, can make a huge difference to others when they are in a negative space. Sharing your positivity is a beautiful thing if those around you aren't feeling so great. Being close to positive people is a bit like having your batteries charged just by being in their presence. Are you in need of a positivity boost? If so, think of some things that can lift your spirits, perhaps meditation, a meal with friends, a walk by the ocean, and so on. It's a good idea to make a positivity checklist that you can use when you need a boost. This doesn't mean that you need to be positive all the time, as it would be almost impossible. Positivity is key here. Sea Star sister cards are hope and miracles, and we've seen both of those, which the feminine energy has. So if they appear together in a spread, it's time to really swim up and take note. So yeah, this is definitely for the masculine. It's time for this masculine to get out of this cycle of negativity, whether it's a mindset, a mentality, people, places, thing, whatever it is. And it's almost like for some of you, I feel like this feminine, which we've seen the hope and the miracle card, they have this air of positivity about them already. So for some of you, you could be like oh my God. You could be receiving communication from this masculine with communication and gentleness, because you carry this energy. But it's almost like I would, use your discernment. Can I get one for positivity, please? We have the Four of Swords and the King of Wands. So this person is in need of like some type of healing, because yeah, they definitely hit rock bottom with the Ten of Swords. Just use your own discernment in dealing with this person, because it's not like they knew what they were very aware of what they were doing. And even if this is you, like, give me one for this Four of Swords, King of Wands. If this is you and you're that masculine energy and you're listening to this, you got to be willing to let go of all of this extra shit. You cannot be bringing all of this baggage. Like, you got to be the fool. Travel lightly. You got to have hope and faith. You got to be willing to take this leap. So if you're not willing, like, honestly, they said stay where you at. Like, the fool travels lightly. You don't know what's gonna be, at the bottom, because who knows? I don't even know. You just have to have hope and faith. So there we have it, y'all. This this was a good one. This was a good one. I must say so myself. You know, I definitely hope it resonated for some of you. And excuse me, if not, it just wasn't your story, and that's fine. I thank you all for tuning in with me. I definitely hope that everyone has their, has a great weekend. I hope everyone stays safe. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right? Later.